And we've got some records already. Paula is off from September 10th to the 12th, from 7:30 to 7:30 both days. And Arthur's off and Paula's off. So this is just test data. I'm using the test system to demonstrate this. This is all just garbage test information I have there been playing around with. So let me just add one so I can show you. Oh, I've got the my time off and all time off too. So if I click my time off, I just show the records that are mine. You can go back to all and see them all. Or I've got the plus sign too, got the trash can for deleting records if they're added by mistake or if they're history. But you can hit the plus sign, and you can create one. You can select the trainer. Let's say Arthur needs some more time off. He's been working hard from a date, the 12th to 2 o'clock to whatever. Let's say the 14th, 2 o'clock to. And you can add some notes as far as why the time off is being taken, that kind of thing. You can press save. And it'll save it, created another one here on the 12th to the 14th. And this little calendar with a check mark on it, you can click that and it'll show you for that time frame all the lessons that you have where there might be a conflict. For myself, the 12th through the 14th, I have a conflict in that I've scheduled to give a lesson to Happy Student at 2 o'clock on the 14th, and I'm not going to be back till 7 o'clock. So I would do that right now. I don't have an automated way to handle that. You can contact the student or have them reschedule, or because you'd have to contact them anyway and to let them know if you're going to move it. So if you guys want that handled differently, you can just let me know. Also, you know, in the ad, I enabled you to add a note, right? Let me check that again. Yeah, you can add notes down here. So I should have a little note icon up here, and I will add that. By the time you get this video, the little document icon will be there, note icon will be there, and you can click that and it will show you any notes that have been added to the trainer time off records. Okay, so that's the extent of that screen, and that was meant to satisfy the requirement for, oh, what am I doing here? I closed it again, didn't I? I don't learn very quickly. Okay. It was meant to satisfy the turn-off availability for certain dates. Now, slots to be extended until 7 o'clock. Well, one thing I want to talk about, I want to show you the slots to be extended, but also show you a problem. Got a problem with response time. Let me log out. Let me log out as Arthur, and then log back in as test user. Yeah, I got a little test user here. Log in as a student. Now, when I go to students, schedule a lesson. This is where you can select a time slot where he wants the lesson, and I'll show you how slow it is. It's really too slow. It works just fine, but it's way too slow. I'll pull it up, schedule a lesson, and click on it now, and it will populate. It's all gray because we haven't selected a trainer, but you can see there's the slots all the way till 7 o'clock, from 8 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. In fact, I think 8 o'clock right now. I mentioned, I think you might have said 7 o'clock, so that would be. Might have to go back and look at my notes and change that. But anyway, that's the idea. But I want to show you the timing problem. If you select a trainer, let's say Paula, on Monday, then it goes through and has to do a lot of work to find out what time slots are available for Paula on Monday. Now it's still cranking. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds to get it all figured out, and then it will display in dark green all the ones that are available and gray out all the ones that are not available. And there we go. See, it's yeah, right in 15 seconds this time. It's way too slow to be something that the students would enjoy using. So need to do something about that. And I've got a couple options I want to talk about. But anyway, this was to show you that the time slots are there, unless we're going to start at 7. I can't remember if we do. But we got the color code up here. Dark green means they're available. Yellow means they're selected. So if we select one, it'll turn yellow. This works the same way as the previous video explained, except there's more time slots now. And gray means it's taken. There's one additional color I've added that's reserved for a recurring lesson. So if there is a recurring lesson, it's going to reserve that time slot, even whether it's scheduled or not. So it might be scheduled for, let's see, we're picked the 16th. This might be a lesson scheduled for the 9th that hasn't been completed yet, but this time slot is being held available for that recurring lesson. So it's not available to be chosen by a student. Okay. All right, now, as far as this time, the level of service that we are subscribing to from Bubble is the lowest level possible. That's $16 a month, and we get a limited amount of CPU time. And the problem is that for each of these time slots, when it's loading the screen initially, it has to take each time slot and do several searches of the database. It searches to see if there's any lessons scheduled for that time slot. It searches to see if the trainer has time available for that time slot, as in any time off requested. It also searches to see if there's any recurring lessons for that time slot. So there's another search. I can't recall what it is right now, but there's 4 different searches that it has to do for each slot. It takes a while to do all that, and it takes a lot of CPU time also. So we're running into limitations of the subscription level we have. So let me show you what I mean here. Go back to, this is the development window for Bubble, and if I go into the logs, one thing we can do is select, let's say in the past hour, it will show us how much time we have spent exceeding the, let me just read it here, duration where the app hits its maximum capacity usage during the last hour. 39 minutes of that hour, which is really what I've been doing here, it's exceeded the capacity. The app could have been 2 minutes faster with more capacity. So if we chose to go to a higher level of service, the next level off, instead of $16 a month, would be $115 a month, which would satisfy the problem we're running into. But of course, it's costly. So we have to decide whether adding more capacity is worth the extra $100 basically a month to speed up the screens. But my suspicion is that that screen would still be a little too slow. It might be, 7 or 8 seconds instead of 15 if we had more capacity, but that's still, in my way of thinking, too slow for the students to enjoy using it. So I want something a little more responsive than that. So I'm going to redesign that screen, this screen here. I'm going to redesign it so that it's going to do a lot of pre-processing overnight. So a lot of this stuff we know overnight, and we can pre-process and make the information available, so this screen doesn't have to do all those searches for every little time slot. So I think that'll speed it up appreciably, and I think we'll wait till I do that and then see how fast it is. If it's fast enough after I do that, then we won't have to up our subscription level. But if it's still a little too slow, then we got the option of upping the subscription level to solve that problem. Okay, so I wanted to explain that. Hopefully you followed it. Okay. All right, so that is all of the changes you guys requested. Please take some time and play around with what you have. All of this should be in production. I moved it in production this morning, so it all should be there. And let me know. I know you guys are very creative. Please play around with it, see what you think. I'm sure we'll come up with some better ideas, and believe me, the more ideas, the better. I'll keep working on this until it's exactly what you want. So happy testing. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.